What's going on, Chubu? Welcome back to the Plot Coalition YouTube channel. Today I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can barely see. But I hope you're all having a great day today and enjoying the new Warbond, the new mechs. If you're getting it, if you're sitting on this one and just waiting for the next one, hey, I just hope you're still enjoying the game. I want to make a quick video updating about episode 2, kind of where we're at, what we've been working on, how things are going. But first, I just wanted to make a huge shout out to our YouTube channel members and our Patreon supporters. They make it possible to make this show. So if you want to support, if you're able, you can join below, or in the description there's a link to the Patreon. But hey, if you're just here to view, if you can't afford it, don't sweat it. We're gonna be making the show. The support just helps make it happen. Sponsored segment over. But as far as episode 2 goes, it's moving along quite well. We're working on the animatic right now. We're also recording with the voice actors who sound amazing. It's gonna be a really fun episode, but we've also been developing a lot of tools to make the rest of the show easier. With that, in this episode, we're adding a lot of things. We're really pushing the boundaries as far as we can, as far as making the rigs better, making the materials better, making the amount of characters we can render on screen massive, working in a functioning megacity, stuff like that. We're implementing these things now so that the rest of the show can be better and produced faster, which is already being produced pretty fast, but even faster is even better. One of those things are massive crowds, and that's thanks to a plugin called Overcrowd by Charlie O'Driscoll. If you want to check out his YouTube channel, he has a ton of tutorials on how to work in Unreal Engine, and he's the co-developer of this incredible plugin that essentially allows you to render very large crowds and have them all respond with logic. So we've gone ahead and set that up specifically with the Illuminate for this episode, but it's also something that we can translate into other characters like the Terminids, Cyborgs, the bots, Helldivers, you know? It's pretty awesome. So very excited to push that, especially for this episode, and really make something that's just like cool to see. It's like watching little ants run all around, but like they're digital ants. One of the other things we've been working on developing is better rigs for the characters and the vehicles, because we have a number of vehicles in this episode, and we want to make it so we can animate and iterate with them quickly, but we're also not getting hung up too far into the rigging process. So we're learning more about modular control rig, about physics-based control rigs, which has been really cool. In the modular control rig, you can see here that we're doing it to give a lot of control to this FRV, which does things like automatically moving the wheels and the suspension, so that as we animate it, it can update in real time and just do some of the work for us, so we're not going in and rotating every individual thing. It's just happening when you want the car to go forward, when you want it to drive backwards, when you want to take the belt from the machine gun and put it in the machine gun. Yeah, that's all stuff that we're just like, this should be easier. So we made it easier. The other thing we've been working on is physics-based control rigs, specifically for the Illuminate, so they can be a little bit more jiggly wobbly. Don't make it weird.
Do not make it weird.
But what that essentially allows us to do is take any animation and have it look a little bit different, and can infinitely play in different ways because it's simulating in real time and responding to the movement of the character. So even if we had the same character doing the same animation, by enabling this rig, they're inherently going to move a little bit differently, which is just going to give us a lot of free animation and allow us to work faster and have it look better, because that's what we're working towards, because it's possible in 2026. We're also evaluating from episode 1 what took the longest and how can we eliminate that. One of the things that took a long time was that every single shot needed 4 different versions of that shot to be worked on, and I was going in and creating that manually and setting up all the folders and stuff. It was a huge pain in the butt, and we knew that for this episode it was going to be even more of a pain in the butt because there are more shots. It's much more faster paced. So we went about eliminating that entirely, creating our own script that basically takes all of that work that would have taken several hours, made it one button click, and it does it all in a few seconds, which is incredible. And these are the kinds of things we're trying to utilize to speed up the workflow so that we can get to the creative stuff, like animation, like voice acting, like making the thing and not having to worry about doing it all. Then like next step would be if I could have that automatically populate in a spreadsheet. Boy, we'd be golden. But for now, I'm still doing a lot of spreadsheets. That's a lot of our pipeline is spreadsheets. But it works, and it does it really fast. So once I can get that automated, then we golden. I'm not going to play the song. But all of this is building towards making the rest of the show earlier. We developed a ton of stuff for episode 1 that we changed over from For Liberty. And episode 1 was a great testing ground to kind of see how that all actually worked in practice. So now we're iterating on that, figuring out what was slowing things down in that pipeline and seeing if we can eliminate those things. And as we do that more and more across the show, it's just going to make the quality of the episodes better. And it's going to make them faster to produce because we'll be getting to the stuff that actually makes all of this fun a lot quicker, which is awesome. And that goes for everything because we even overhauled how the materials work. We got a lot of feedback about how the armor was too shiny in episode 1, which I agree. There are parts where it looked a little too shiny, but we've gone in and we've tinkered with it even more, and we've pushed substrate as far as we knowledgeably can, and we'll probably continue to iterate on it throughout the show to give the models a lot more detail and just make them look epic. So that is looking incredible in episode 2. Now there is a slight delay in this episode with all this technology that we've been tinkering with and iterating on and building. It's pushed things a little bit down the line. I don't think it's going to be by too much because everything that we've been building is to make the other parts of the process that I was looking at and was just like, this is going to take like way too long. It has eliminated the length that those things will take, but it'll probably be on a slight delay just because we want to make sure the quality of the episode is excellent, but it is looking fantastic right now. So like I mentioned, we're working through the animatic and with the voice actors right now, but the animatic and building all that structure out is what takes the longest in the episodes. The actual animation, just to give you a little bit of insight as to what it looked like in episode 1, there was the animatic for episode 1 that was completed on March 5th, and the episode was done on March 25th. Which means there was just 20 days from when it just looked like people T-posing to the fully animated film, which is insane, but yeah. And with everything that we're developing for this and some additional animation packs that we've been able to get for background characters, thanks to our Patreon supporters and YouTube channel members, and being able to get people compensated for their work, we're working towards just building something that is efficient and incredible. So thank you so much for being a part of that, even just by watching this video. Oh, the delay. If there is a slight delay, we're looking at probably the end of May. It would be my guess, but we're hoping to get it out sooner than that. But that's sort of the plan if it doesn't go according to plan, which is fine. We're making this for fun, and until it's my full-time job, I feel okay doing that. Because this episode's gonna be awesome. We got a lot of things in it that we're not allowed to talk about until the episode comes out. So, you're just gonna have to wait and see. Alright, thank you for watching. Go enjoy the game. Enjoy the 2 new biomes. The new mechs if you're gonna get them. And if you're just hanging out, hey, just hang out. You know, there's nothing better than hanging out on your Super Destroyer and just talking to your friends. Because you're in space. Because you're a space guy. That's dumb. I'll probably leave that in. Yeah. Because I'm too lazy to come up with a different outro. We're this far into For Liberty? Holy crap. You know, if you haven't rewatched For Liberty, if you haven't rewatched episode 1, that helps things significantly. Let me tell you. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your worst enemies. Views are views. Thanks, guys. You all mean a lot to me. Wow. All right. At some point, the video is going to end. I think I'll make it right there.